And if you steal away the ultimate, the Mimic is not exactly the biggest deal when it comes to being a Sylas. Of course, they're going to get that vision back in line in game number 3, something that Marta did bring to this team. But let's see how it goes as we get onto the Rift. Lol Park erupts as the SKT cheers ring out. It is absolutely jam-packed. I can't see an empty seat in Lol Park right now. Everyone wanting to see what is going to happen, whether SKT can continue this winning streak. And of course, the game-winning streak was broken. Out of 14 games, that was their first loss. But now number 15 is whether or not they're going to drop their first series, and it is so important that irons for his voice, and he was just so incredibly good in The Lion King. My God. I don't know who they have for the new one.
Yeah, I don't either. We're going to find out. True surprise, yeah.
But here we are, into game number 3 between Griffin and SKT, finally, after that drawn-out pause. And things have finally changed. We also have some different options. Chovy back to the Aftershock once again in the mid lane. Not going to change things up based on the matchup at all. We've seen a lot of different thoughts on Sylas solo lane after the recent changes in 9-14. As we're going to check out the stats for Faker's LeBlanc. 15-2 in the LCK. And a KDA of 6.5. Like we were saying, pretty good at this champion, and he stops Chovy from hitting any sort of skill shot on him as well, but he hit a minion instead of getting electrocute proc, which makes me a little bit sad.
And this is really cool to see iconic champions like this end up coming out for their respective player.
Yeah.
You don't see that so often. Deft's another one with his Jinx.
Deft's Jinx, Deft's Siva, Deft's Ezreal. He's pretty good at AD carries.
He's pretty good with, quite a few of them.
Yep. Even his Kalista, which used to be one of his worst champions, transformed into one of his best. Similar to Crown in that way, where he takes a little bit of time, but once he nails a champion, he's really good at it.
Crown's Viktor.
You remember? Yeah. You remember Crown's Syndra though? Yeah. Crown's Syndra was awful for so long, and then he was a god at the champion, and it made no sense. It was a weird thing. And now over in North America, playing fantastically well. For Optic at the moment. Didn't get to watch any. I had to go to sleep when LCS started.
I haven't watched LC. I've watched LEC. You know what else I've watched? I've watched Clid attempt many ganks tonight.
Yeah, well, let's see whether he's going to be more successful this time around. Looks like the level 3 option is going to be there as Doran wanting to continue the pressure onto Kahn, who is a level behind. And that's not the aggression button. That's the go home button. Not the one that you want to be pressing here, as he's going to cancel it. Here we go. Knock-up comes in. Doran dodges the sweet spot on the third proc as the flash comes in. Good knock-up comes forward. Doran going to go for the easier flash, but it's not enough. First blood goes to Clid at level 3. 3 minutes in, and we've got high-octane League of Legends already.
Oh, man. And Clid is recalling right now. Okay, he does end up channeling the full recall, and you can see that Doran, at least respecting the possibility of something going awry, recalls right to his turret. Tarzan now.
How many Dorans are in this lane, though?
Ooh,
I can
he's
currently
got the double
see
Doran.
4. I can see 4. There's even the shield. Kahn stole one from Doran's shop.
Maybe that's why he's so angry. And he's bringing 2 knives.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a rogue Kennen, so...
Like, he let Viper have that ring. Like, that's totally fine.
He gave that
but,
to
I mean,
him.
both of the shields were stolen.
This is a disaster. Yeah, this is awful.
Well, you can understand why Doran was upset.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
was stealing his stuff.
It's probably why he left the Rift.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Death Chamber needed to go there just to cool off for a moment. Teleport going to come in here. That's a ballsy one, but Lehends is going to put himself in the way. And no Hex Core upgrade just yet here from Viper. Just wanted to get his health back by the looks of things. I believe lost a trade on that bottom side.
And, well, now in the middle lane, Faker, he's having a much easier time in this game than he had in either of the previous 2. Also should be noted he has the Ignite against the teleport of Chovy.
Yep, he just wants to kill Chovy by the looks of things.
Yeah, or get some good roams. I'll take another look at this replay. Kahn ends up actually missing his 3rd Q, but this was finally well timed, and Doran it just wouldn't really matter. I couldn't get in position.
Yes, oh, you can see. Okay, Coma,
Nice.
he's ready to be excited about SKT again now, but before that, you saw it on his face. He was worried.
Yeah.
He was worried. That belt was obviously out.
Oh.
Frost comes in. Clid's just 1v1ing against Chovy as this minion wave is going to conga line. He really wants this wave to crash, but I don't think it's going to, as Chovy just places the wave here. Nicely done. Really good minion management there from Chovy.
And now Faker, yeah, Faker's going to come back, and now if Faker wants, the wave is coming into him, but it looks like he's actually going to distortion forward, which is fine, given that Chovy, he still has his teleport available, so.
Yeah, vision on top side for SKT as well, so Faker does have a lot of options when it comes to disengage and maneuvers like that as effort. Not going to get gravity fielded, but also doesn't find the grand entrance CC. Good blade caller there onto Viper. Utilizing his shields well, though, on his Q. Keep himself alive, as Viper does have now the upgraded Hex Core. And the wave clear is now going to be much more difficult to bear. On the side of Griffin, Death Ray is, of course, what you're going to be evolving first in this particular matchup especially.
And now at this point, Ocean Dragon, oh, bad rolls.
This is the first time that SKT have got the first Drake of the game, though, so far this series, utilizing their now early game advantages around this map. As you can see, it is Faker with a CS advantage for the first time this series.
Ooh.
As Doran, sweet spot of the third hit of the Q. Bad news bears. And that may actually spell some problems here, as Kahn now has Caulfield's Warhammer, some extra CDR, as Tarzan comes in looking to try and steal away this red buff, but Clid, in at the nick of time, finds himself the Control Ward, but Chovy gets first roam.
Uh-oh.
Control Ward comes in. It's going to be a smite fight here, unless, nope, Clid's just going to give this one up. And a lot of vision now, very deep. SKT's jungle.
Clid knows that he doesn't have flash, doesn't want to get into any sticky scenario.
Yep, Battle Dance comes forward. Gravity Field's going to get the stun actually onto Teddy. Only level 5, so no Chaos Storm to come in, as Lehends is hungry, as you can see. Yeah, a lot of damage now as Viper's utilizing the power spike of his first Hex Core upgrade.
And Teddy and Effort, they're just trying to hang on right now in bottom.
Yeah, and actually, you know, the farm's even as Viper, the Doinby ult. I love this. Absolutely love it. Knockup comes forward. Teddy, fair bit of damage, but no mana. As that was an ultimate thrown down just to clear out a minion wave and to soften up the members of SKT underneath that turret. I really like it. This was popularized by the FPX mid laner in Doinby many moons ago on the Viktor. He would hit level 6 in the mid lane, and he would just instantly press his R button on the minion.
Yep.
And hopefully hit the enemy laner, but that wasn't really the priority.
And well, Teddy and Effort, they are shoving this wave. Lehends, though, waiting for the freeze. Teddy reading this out is a possibility. Ends up escorting majority of the wave, but it is meant to try to slow the recall. Unfortunately, though, Rakan and Xayah, they got that abusive champion synergy.
Hop on.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, get back.
You know what I was thinking about, actually, just as I said this, though, is that League doesn't have... I would like to see more champions like them, where they have unique synergies with each other,
Teamfight tactics, man. It's, it's made us realize that composition synergies are really fun.
Yeah.
As Clid is going to steal away a red buff of his own. So we're 1 for 1 as far as the steals are concerned, as we're going to swap positions, trading places in the mid lane. Adorable. As Kahn and Clid moving down mid, and this is what Kahn loves to do on his Aatrox. He loves diving turrets now that he has no revive mechanic. It's hilarious.
And now, Faker just looking to endlessly crash the wave and try to get any kind of chip damage, but not really proving to be that successful. Chovy has a 1 CS advantage.
Yep, and also has himself some Merc Treads as well, so the chains aren't going to be as dangerous. And as Sylas, you want to be at 1 with the chains. That is, he's the Unchained for a reason. So good to see that. Not going to be too worried about getting CC'd or anything like that. We're not going to be able to utilize any of the new reveal mechanics of the chains either, unless brushes are going to be played with. Kingslayer gets a lot of value here in the mid lane, but the chains also has Mimic chains that come down as Chovy's hijack is working.
Yeah.
Faker moves back. Have an ultimate.
He slipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You notice that...
Well, Doran's looking for it. Lightning Rush is going to get in. Chovy's going to close the gap as well. Lands the CC, although there's a bit of a visual bug, and we're going to even out the kill score, and Chovy gets a red buff.
Yeah, Chovy gets a red buff, and Faker is just not in the best lane state right now. And as we are transitioning from early into mid-game now, this is the stage of the game where SKT, they needed an advantage to transition effectively. And they do not have it. Kahn behind in CS, Faker behind in CS, also behind in tempo.
Yeah. And
down there in the bottom lane, right now, Teddy is ahead in the CS department, but things are about to get worse because this is a 10.5-minute chill.
Yeah. And those plates are well and truly just in the cupboard, ready to come out. We're preparing dinner here on the side of Griffin. 5 people going to be invited, potentially, in one of these lanes. See which one they decide to go for. 1 plate already claimed, bottom side of the map, which is how Griffin have managed to get themselves back after that first blood. And a decent laning phase. Faker back mid. Chovy's going to have a lot of purchasing to do here, as that is a full revolver. Comes in beside the Ruby Crystal. And now the Chovy trade's going to be more scary. Another Ocean Drake comes forward. And actually, based on how these lanes have been going, I mean, Faker's going to be pretty happy about this, given the fact that he'll be able to get so much of his mana back. Kahn, not so much excited about it. His health regen and mana are something that an Aatrox just straight up does not care about.
Yeah. Not too many of these champions on SKT actually care about this because they're primarily a one-shot, all-in type of team composition where, yeah, maybe, okay, LeBlanc can use some of her distortion and get back some mana, but it's ultimately irrelevant. The way that this team composition fights is just a one-shot, all-in type of manner, in which case the Ocean Dragon doesn't do anything.
Well, right now, Kahn underneath his turret, not going to be getting any revives, but you can see a lot of value from those Qs. Slicing Maelstrom comes in as Tarzan's trapped himself in his own Cataclysm, but he's got himself a stopwatch. They're going to be absolutely fine, and all these plates are going to be set out for dinner here for Griffin.
Yep, and they get the plates, they get Kahn to leave, so he's going to miss out on...
Faker moving up, but Chovy's here just body blocking. Really nice heads-up play from Griffin, reading what SKT's next move is going to be.
And SKT, I mean, they're being cut off at every angle, and when their dragons were rolled as unfortunately as they were, it's really going to feel bad because it means that the 16-minute dragon, or the 17-minute, Infernal, that's going to go the way of Griffin because their champions are going to spike around those times, and their spikes are a lot stronger than SK Telecom's. As you can see that Faker, he's not having a good time.
No. Spotted on that ward in the tri-brush. Not going to try any fancy distortions over or anything like that. Wanting to spread his lead, though, and I like the mindset. I like that Faker is playing not to win just his own lane, which he's been notorious for the majority of his career, but instead transitioning it into elsewhere. Not going to be successful this time, but look to see him get that roam on as this game goes on. As we have a look at this dive one more time, and apparently having those cool clocks works out pretty well.
Yeah, and a relatively simple kill onto Kahn does end up costing some summoners. Yeah, some summoners and the stopwatch. As Clid...
Okay, they're just going to, I guess, share some pixels for a moment as the teleport's coming in, but Kahn will easily be able to lock down the kill. Teleport from Chovy, but he's not able to answer whatsoever. And the plates are going to go. Remember, the turret didn't go down for Griffin after Shelly poked her head in, and if Kahn continues to play like this and continues to get advantages, then we may not be seeing that turret falling down for the next little while.
Yeah. Right now, Kahn and Clid are actually coming up here. It looks like they want to raise the turret. They want to get the first turret of the game. It's taken a while.
It's going to be an ambitious prospect here for these guys because there's minions are a long way away.
You know, what they could do is that they could play around SKT's lack of vision and make them maybe back off a bit
sooner by utilizing the Kennen teleport and maybe make them think that other members are coming, but not going to happen. Right there, Clid ends up missing that little part, but it's not the end of the world. They end up getting the teleport as well.
Yeah, pretty comfortable here for SKT, top side of the map, whereas elsewhere, Griffin have been able to balance things out. You can see Teddy does have a lead. The Xayah has been farming very well, and no Frostmancy actually picked up Survivor. You do have an option too, as the Viktor Tahm Kench lane. You can get Tahm a few extra creeps, things like that, by going into that. But deciding not to, Viper wants to have power now, and he has his perfect Hex Core done, as well as a Lost Chapter. So he is pretty strong and can clear out waves very effectively. Super speedy Chaos Storm as well.
Oh, man. Do
Alright,
they know?
This is counter gank 5-head timing from Clid
The question mark ping.
Yeah. They know.
Oh, man.
They
All right,
know
well,
what's going on here.
Whoever wins this wins the game, Atlas. This is how this works.
Is that what's written down?
Yeah.
Well, no one's going to win just yet.
Oh.
Doran pokes his head out.
Doran does poke his head out.
One back comes forward. Kahn takes himself a cannon creep as Clid does have the sweeper. And we'll get value for this, right? He's going to be able to take down a couple of
they just
wards.
Threaten?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like they're bullying
Yeah.
Doran here. And Doran not building an Executioner's Calling in this matchup, which is going to get a hell of a lot of value against the Aatrox. As Tarzan comes in, looks for a Cataclysm, doesn't find it, as he does at least save the turret. Chovy roaming on up, but there's a control ward here in the brush. Tarzan puts down one of his own, but that is not going to be counteracted as Clid moves back towards his chicken camp because he's hungry.
And Infernal coming up in 15 seconds. Both top laners have teleport available.
Man, these control ward trades are pretty hectic. As Tarzan put down the first one, killed a control ward, put down the second one, and killed a control ward off that as well. Clid staying out of control ward range as Effort is roaming on in, and Griffin, they're not going to be able to take down the turret either.
It's a little bit surprising. They knew about the control ward, and you can see that Clid was even playing around the range, but it's just unrealistic that they would be able to achieve any sort of a kill up there onto the Kennen.
Yep.
And you know, the other thing about this is that neither team seems to really be devoting that much attention towards the Infernal Dragon, which has been up for a while.
Well, Chain is going to land here as we've got Effort diving on forward. That was just a battle dance, as Chovy's hijack is now on cooldown. Chovy's actually surprisingly tanky in this matchup right now. Has himself an arm guard as well as his proto belt for the extra health. And Kingslayer to keep himself sustained.
I think Aatrox has Black Cleaver.
Yeah,
Off the I think he has the Black Cleaver off the recall. We're seeing LeBlanc right now. Ooh. Okay. Almost a longsword for AD.
Yeah, and third Ocean Drake.
Yeah.
Ocean Drake is allowed to be called Ocean Drake when it gets to the third one, as LS
That is
tells
true.
you.
That is true. It is. It truly is.
It's allowed to actually heal you.
Maybe it's not. Yeah, I get. All right, I'll let you say it. Ocean Drake when it gets to 3, but even still, it's very lackluster.
Yeah, not exactly like getting 3 Infernal.
It actually needs a buff.
Yeah,
Ocean needs a buff. Ocean needs to do. Ocean. I don't even know how you would buff it actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay. Effort going on in. Lehends getting charmed up by the quickness, but Teddy is trying to get what he can done. Didn't have Blade Caller, I don't think, after that. Oh, okay, still able to get the range onto Viper there. Softening up these bottom laners of Griffin. But using an aggressive Featherstorm is an interesting choice to make as the Xayah. Definitely your most important defensive tool. Teleport going to come in, and this is what it's capitalizing on. Teddy finds himself in the middle of nowhere as Effort does get the knock-up, but Slicing Maelstrom will finish off the Xayah. Effort has to go into his stopwatch, but he has nothing else to do afterwards, and now Kahn has teleported into a disaster. That was just bad.
Yeah, that was... I'm not quite sure what to make of it. It was a very cookie-cutter teleport that ended up being successful.
I mean, it all stems from that Featherstorm being on cooldown, right?
Yeah, Featherstorm was on cooldown, but also electricity is really good against flying. So when Pikachu comes for Pidgeotto,
yeah, true.
That's what happens.
And I think it's a Pidgey at this point. I mean, we don't have the 2 items yet where you get to be Pidgeotto. Pidgeot comes in after 6 items are done, and when you sell your boots, your Pidgeotto, Pidgeot Mega Evolution.
Right. See, I like how you got this one down pat.
Oh yeah, dude.
I really like it. Yeah. This is quite good.
Well, Teddy did teleport towards the top side after he revived. He does have 2 items now done. So I guess you can almost call him Pidgeotto, but I think it's more like 3 items.
He's Pidgeot.
What? I don't know. Pidgeot's
No,
the finalist.
Yeah, he's Pidgeot now.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to be. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
You're just gonna give it to him. That's okay. You are low standards after all.
All right.
Okay, Griffin do have a slight
Was that
lead
a
as
call?
we check out this one again. Yeah.
All right. Well, getting your lesson in Pokemon right here is what's happening.
Yep.
As the flying types do get killed there by the teleport.
Yeah, it was a double battle, but when there's an electric move that hits two
both.
flying types
Yeah.
at the same time, it's almost like a 1v2. Easily done by the very quick Pikachu. I believe Light Orb was attached to this Pikachu as well, buffing its base stats.
That, you know, I always remember whenever you say it, you used to play competitive Pokemon.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
That's all right.
In Gen 4.
You can burn.
Oh, Faker dives on in with the Mimic, gets a flash out of Viper, who is pretty squishy at the moment, so I understand and respect the flash. Kahn closing in onto Chovy, though, who picks himself up at Glacial Prison. Good knock-up comes down now as the Infernal Chains will arm. All of the abilities from Kahn come in, but Chovy still able to hold this one. Kahn can't hit an ability, will find the last one and should be able to get out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, even more action as Faker's diving on forward. That was very close to Chovy outplaying, but couldn't quite do it. And now mid lane outer turret is under fire. It looks like SKT have woken up and have turned on the aggression.
Yeah. And it looked like Chovy was maybe going to be able to stabilize, and now as we come back into the middle lane, though. Now let's pay attention to Effort's HP, okay? He has double Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
It's already been about 10 seconds, so...
He's back up to half health.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Hold on. He was at half at like 2140, right? Let's see when he's at 1/3 or 2/3.
That's almost 2/3.
No, it's not.
It's a cup half full.
It's been like
Cup
30
half
seconds.
full.
Oh my. All right.
Check this out. It was a decent prison that came back, but the permafrost is the biggest problem here for Chovy as far as taking all of those cues from Kahn.
Yeah, and then right here, I mean, he was trying to do...
He found one sweet spot after the
Right.
cues.
He was trying to do his best.
He got the right one.
Quick feet, but in the end, not able to do anything here. As in the mid lane, Bakery lands the chains. Sir Thomas goes golden.
Yep, getting the stopwatch out of Lehends is actually very powerful, though, because it is Tahm Kench's ability to play in a team fight removed in a lot of senses, so can't play frontline as easily. That should be a dead Tahm next time it comes to it. And here we go, Ocean Drake. Now that he moves up.
And this is the real Viktor. Oh man, all right.
What do we have? Infernal comes in next.
Failed again, foiled. You know, I went for the mountain because it's the riskiest.
Yep.
You know, Infernal's a little bit safer as one's already spawned.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I think maybe the next one will be.
You always gotta try to show off sometimes. Sometimes.
I feel like it's going to be Cloud. It's going to be Cloud. That's what
you know what?
Feels like it's going to be a cloudy type of day.
We're not even gonna get it. So that dragon's gonna be taken after 30.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't read that far. Okay. Oh, Chaos Storm going down once again, but it's the catch on the bottom side. Doran is just dead. Slicing Maelstrom ain't slicing nothing at this point in time. Doesn't get any of those stuns, and this is what happens when SKT gets control of your jungle and gets vision control around the map. They are so good at playing around it, and we witnessed it right there.
Yeah. The gold advantage, though, at the top is not massive. It's only a couple hundred at any point in time, depending on who recently farmed the wave. It's 600 right now.
And it's been ping-ponging. It's been backwards and forwards here this
Lost
entire
state.
game. Yeah. And SKT do have themselves the extra Drakes, and they've denied Griffin every single one of them. So this is actually very important. Because of SKT's ability to play the macro game around Baron in the late game, the Elder Drake is not going to be a trade scenario. It's going to be if SKT goes towards the Elder Drake, they win. And if Griffin goes towards the Elder Drake, they trade it for a Baron, and then SKT still wins. So it is going to be a point where Griffin are going to potentially be stretched too thin around this map, trying to defend two objectives that mean different things for each team.
Yeah. And
it's very important this game.
Griffin's team composition wants to fight as a unit because the Kennen is just too far behind, like we're seeing in the replay. can't really do anything. This is what happens when AD Kennen tends to fall behind. It becomes very difficult to get up and off the ground again. It's sort of like a Jin airplane.
Yeah.
You know, in the LCK.
Yeah.
Trying to get off the runway. Maybe they're going to get their first win tonight.
Jin?
Yep.
Wait, how far forward are you flicking? What is going on? I don't even have the pages for the next match yet.
Don't.
Jesus. All right. Well, hopefully Big Chungus comes out one more time. I'm not allowed to say LeBlanc. It's a Brendan Valdez thing.
Oh, okay.
I haven't said it. We've had Jarvan all day and haven't said LeBlanc once.
Okay.
Out of respect. I wanted to because it sounds really fun.
Yeah.
As Kahn's found Doran, but isn't able to hit too many of these abilities as Slice of Maelstrom comes in. And Infernal Chains aren't going to be enough to stop Doran from winning this trade handily. And that's what happens. This is a swingy matchup because if Kahn doesn't hit everything, Doran just kills him.
Yeah.
Rules of attrition. Okay.
Now.
Oh,
meanwhile,
there's the flag once again. Tarzan?
In this game, I mean, it's going to come down to the smoke and mirrors by the LeBlanc in the later stages, because you can just see that there's not really much to be obtained during the lull state. Unless
trying
Doran,
to make his way down, not going to get the knock up, but the Infernal Chains land flash very early. Teleport also thrown in. Kahn keeping his distance, telling Clid that he doesn't want to take this fight. As now Chovy is going to find the Aatrox. Doesn't hit any of his buttons though. And the Umbral Dash gets Kahn to safety. Clid, can he be as lucky as Effort? He's got the quickness. 3 men have been
Tarzan
caught up by it, as Lehends does have the Devour in order to get himself out of the way. Okay, Teddy, is he going to be able to get the work done here in the back line? Lehends in trouble. Chaos Storm doing so much work though. Kahn trying to keep them busy. In the meantime, it is Kahn going down, but it's traded as Viper is going to fall. Effort very, very low, but it's a 1-for-1. As this game goes on, Faker gets back to his distortion, back to the Mimic distortion. He's in danger now as Tarzan gets himself back in. Teddy picks up that kill, and it's a disruption, a massive explosion of damage as Griffin are going to be lying in the river, and SKT move over to the Baron.
You know what? I always mocked Ocean Dragon, but look at the region right now.
Oh, hell yeah, that's the value.
When their HP is as low as it just was, they will take anything. And in moments like this, a couple hundred HP regenerated, also still working against the Baron. It's actually going to be useful somewhat.
Yeah, I'm calling it Typhoon Drake now.
Typhoon Drake.
Oh, there we go. Monsoon Drake, there we are.
Ooh, Monsoon Drake for Monsoon season.
And it works with the Infernal Drake because it's still hot. There we go.
I like that. As right here, like you were saying, Kahn was saying, no, I don't want to go in here. And Clid said, but I actually hit my ultimate this time.
Kahn also made it out of combat, so his health bar got back to over half.
Yeah, his health bar ended up going... This is one of the interesting moments where Ocean Dragon's actually effective.
I'm defending Open Drake next time you say it.
No.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
No. The outliers define the rule, okay? So... Effort and Teddy right there doing massive amounts of damage. Faker, he comes in here with the distortion. He missed his ethereal chain. He took it back. And you can see that I think that even Griffin wasn't expecting that. And then Faker, he jumped right in there.
The flash.
1 HP remaining effectively.
And then moves back to the Baron. And once they get there, it was and the Infernal Drake comes in afterwards.
And you got the Cloud Dragon right.
Damn, Monsoon season has truly struck right now.
On point.
Yeah, I mean, I just checked the right page.
All right.
You were you're busy looking at the Jin pages.
This is G-Sun's fault. I didn't get the right script. What do you want me to do?
All right, I want you to get the right script next time, and I want this team fight to work out as well, as the quickness is doing so much for Effort. Battle dances his way out, gets that extra range, jumping onto Teddy. Tarzan in out of position, and SKT strike. They like a Viper, although Griffin has the Viper on their squad. Moving on forward, Gravity Field does nothing. Lehends with the Devour, but he may actually get punished for it. Faker, that is not the real one that's up towards the top side. That goes down, but the rest of SKT are brutalizing these Nexus turrets. The first one should go down, but it is Kahn that's going to have his back stopped by Chovy. As that tower does bite the dust, SKT still trying to work out whether they can get any more, and they decide to play it safe by the water, which is what we recommend during Monsoon season.
Yeah. Definitely are playing it safe. They're going to recall. They also got the Nexus turret, so now any inhibitor can spell lights out.
Absolutely, and they got the Baron inhibitor as well.
Right.
As our Baron is still available for another minute and 20 seconds, as this is Ocean Drake value that you're witnessing right here.
Okay.
Any other team would have to back away. Look at full health. Full health.
Well, Xayah.
Monsoon Dragons, man. Monsoon Dragons. Just beautiful to witness as we're going to have a look. Speaking of witnessing, look at this fight one more time. Could be the last nail in the coffin, honestly, for Griffin. It's going to be difficult for them to find their way back in after this. And Effort playing really beautifully on this Rakan to get this all worked out.
And then Kahn coming in here. I mean, Griffin, they were saying, well, I thought Aatrox was nerfed. He doesn't have his revive, so, you know, you're going to be careful here.
Yeah.
As Kahn...
Triple knockup.
Yeah, triple knockup, just doing so much damage right there. Onto the turret, Faker's clone ends up dying, but Griffin, they do manage to hang on for the time being.
Yep, I think that actually redeemed a lot of the missed abilities that Kahn had earlier on in this game. That was beautiful Aatrox play to guarantee that. And he's got a hell of a lot of items. My god, Youmuu's Ghostblade as well as the Black Cleaver and the Sterix Gauge now moving towards his Guardian Angel to adhere to the lore as Faker gets hijacked, but is able to do a lot of damage with his Mimic Distortion. And all of the turrets are just falling down at the wrath of SKT. Knockup not going to land there from Kahn. As they're sieging on the top side. Mid lane is also getting threatened.
Well, Teddy, yeah, he's being
this Chaos Storm is actually pretty scary. As,
yeah,
Chovy. All right, Kahn, you're over the wall. Umbral Dash is going to get him back again. That's what happens when you have 40% CDR on this Aatrox. Clid, that's the fadeaway. Lehends going to get caught up as in goes Effort. That was amazing, but the grand entrance is not enough. It is able to take down the turret, but no one on Griffin has died just yet. Great Devour saves Tarzan's life as Doran almost just gets insta-killed by Faker, and once again the re-engage, and this time SKT will be able to strike the fatal blow. The second inhibitor falls, and one Nexus turret is going to be there between SKT and keeping their hopes alive. Triple kill from Teddy. It's the Quadra stolen by Clid, but they don't care about that. The last Nexus turret goes down, and the Nexus will fall. They did suffer their first injury, did SKT. SKT, even if they get into tiebreaker scenarios, they will have that game score to back up this incredible run that they have. Checking out some of these highlights, Clid's first blood, what he did in their last series against Gen G on the Sejuani, and this time around he was thwarted in this jungle at level 6, but being able to get Kahn started was really important.
Yeah.
This was a yikes. This was a really weird one.
Yeah, this was a really, really big yikes. And at this point also, Effort, he was running towards Kahn. He was saying, Kahn, save me, and Kahn said, I can't. The sword's very big. I can't lift you as well. This is not a kill that you see every day. That was definitely behind enemy lines. You know what, Kahn and Clid, they picked on Doran. I think that at the end of game 2, Coma probably showed them the clip of how emotional Doran was, and they're like, all right, guys.
Yeah, we found
we know what to do. Kahn's like, I know what that feels.
Yeah, he does. He knows
and this was the Miracle team fight that salvaged the game state, converted into the Baron, and allowed SKT to.
Yeah, and Effort actually dancing around this fight really, really nicely. I can't remember who I gave the MVP to, but right now I want to give it to Effort. And maybe I didn't see whether he does pick that one up, as we will have him on your screen relatively soon. But this is a series that we hyped up, that we knew would probably go to 3 games, but man, it delivered in a lot of different ways, both strategically and as far as how the action was going. Game number 3 a lot faster than the other 2, but man, it's really good to see Griffin and SKT, because you know that this means so much to these 2 teams. This matchup is just such a big one.
Yeah. And it is a little bit of a rough loss for Griffin, as they will fall a little bit further down.
Yeah, and SKT got 0-2'd by Griffin.
Yeah.
In the first round robin. That was the end of their losing streak. Their last loss was against Griffin. It was when everyone was really worried. And then they went up against KT. The 2-0s commenced.
I think they were just saying just crash through, basically, just go.
Oh, they did. They went.
자, 빠지자. 한번 빠지고. 이제 이것까지만.
캐넨 아직 멀거든. 타워 깨고 빼자. 뺄래? 뺄래?
캐넨 필. 아니야. 캐넨 필. 얘 먹기 없어.
나이스. 들어가지 마. 너무 들어가지 마. 네. 노플.
깨봐.
탑웨이브.
탑 내가 몸에 준 생각도 할게.
나이스.
The thing I really love about this
Kennen
is
봐줘, Kennen.
hearing
자야만 봐,
how
자야만 봐.
vocal
자야 이거
effort
가져.
is.
형 탱이다.
We know that,
하면
Mata
좋아.
being
그게
replaced by effort was going to be dangerous based on the amount of
Yeah.
experience.
그렇죠.
But effort seemed to have complete control and composure during that one as Kahn is losing his goddamn mind. Speaking of composure, not there for the Aatrox player, but he did so much damage. Being able to out-damage a Kennen as an Aatrox is a huge deal. Have the MVP available, it's Clid. 5-1-5 on the Sejuani. There are a lot of players that deserved the MVP this game, but Clid being able to lock down that first blood was definitely a big one.
Yeah.
And a nice flash there.
And this
using
one
his,
was
Jarvan
really
mechanics.
clutch, and I don't think that Doran was able to try to go for the Dyrus flash there, so looked like he just tried to flash what he could, ended up not working. Clid did get the ball rolling. He camped top lane.
He did,
you know.
and it worked.
Yep.
Chovy got dove. Kahn misses out on his MVP by missing the first 2 Qs. After Clid decides to valiantly tank the turret here for the Aatrox. You know,
Ooh.
of the top spot. This is the crazy thing, right? Tahm are still the team with, they've got a game left to play. They're a couple of games behind. Sorry,